Jeskai Artifacts versus the brilliant Humble Checkmate. The Humble Checkmate, the brilliant. The double. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty decent, if not even good. Alright, they're full on ramp. They are ramping up. I didn't play the second starting town there because I can prevent taking 1 point of damage there. What is that? Oh, the insidious roots. Okay. Found a creature. Alright, so here comes this. Yeah, let's just get rid of all these. And next turn, I think I'm just gonna Synthesizer. Let's not take damage. And then just a Battlefront, and I think that should be good enough. I'll keep a Pinnacle Starcage because if they somehow manage to create a bunch of tokens, I can get rid of them again. Interesting. Not really, none of that is really what I wanted. I'll still say take another Starcage, but that was not really great. But next turn I can't repurpose. I need to find, like, I really need to find my Perilous Snares. Oh yeah, I'll block, of course. And now I'm going to play my Repurposing Bay, and then next turn I can start finding my Perilous Snares easily. I can play another Repurposing Bay. I can turn this into the hasty thingy-majiggy, so I can actually... I think I can... Maybe I can just go for lethal here. I'm gonna try that. Yeah. Unless they can kill something here at instant speed. Alright. Yes. Nice. So yeah, really thanks to the Pinnacle Starcages really did a lot of work. So yeah, that went pretty well for Azorius Artifacts. On to the next game. Azorius Artifacts versus Crafty Over Dramatic. Okay, we've got lands. Yeah, this will work. What did you throw at my face? Whoa, already a rough choice. A tough choice. Them being black, I don't think they're gonna be super aggressive, and they didn't have a turn 1 play either, so I don't think I need multiple Pinnacle Starcages. Relic or brick? Let's go relic. Yeah, that was good. That was good. What are they doing? 3 mana, no plays yet. Oh, what's their card? Their art. Wow. An unstoppable slasher. Alright, well, we'll Perilous Snare that one. I was hoping I could snare their Annex, but this will have to do. And I hope I find a moment where I can synthesize. Yeah, I don't need more lands. And I don't need another relic either. I need another snare. Next turn I'll Battlefront, and hopefully that can already create enough pressure here. A net is also pretty good. Yeah, let's go net. Okay. With the net on board, you want to put stops before combat. Especially if they have creatures in around. And mono black, I don't expect them to haste a creature into play, and I also don't expect them. Alright. Next turn, okay, I'm gonna Battlefront here. I really need to find something. Oh, this is perfect. You'll see why in a minute. I'll shuffle away anyway, it doesn't matter. But why? Because now I can repurpose this and find myself a Perilous Snare and take out their Annex. Oh, actually, I messed up there. I could have just gone for lethal. I could have just grabbed myself. No. Well, yeah, I could have sacrificed the net to get my red artifact, and everything here would have had haste. So that was an oversight. You know, you always want to end the game when you can. Every draw the opponent has will get them, you know, an opportunity to get out of it. But still, I'm pretty confident here. That they don't have any good answer here to this board. Yes, I don't mind. Yeah, mono black only runs spot removal. All right. Let's just do this anyway. And yeah, there we go. Another victory for Azorius Artifacts. Versus mono black this time. Alright, let's keep going. Azorius Artifacts versus Standard Bearer Matt Gunner. Yes. I mean, the starting town's gonna deal some damage. It's gonna be a little bit painful, but it's... Oh my god, that could get out of hand very quickly. Yeah. I need to get rid of their source of life gain. Maybe that was their only one. Ah, that's good news. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now this will... Okay. Yeah, the Chandler is really good in this. That it gives the counters, but still. I have a snare. I need to go for whatever gains them life. That does gain them life, but it's not very it's not that reliable. Oh my god. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be close, but let's go. The Repurposing Bay is brilliant. Stop at next combat. Tap one of those things down, because their creatures are gonna grow now. This is gonna be a big thing, Imagig. A big boy. I don't mind that. Before combat... So this is going to gain 1 life. They're going to be above. So then it's going to get +1/+1. So this is a 2/2. Okay. Doesn't really matter which one I tap down, but let's just tap that down. How about a Starcage? No, that's not good. It's gonna have to be more Perilous Snares. If they don't block, they will now be back to less... Yeah, now their creatures are smaller again. I think this is not it. Yeah, got them. All right, nice. So yeah, I was able to, in the early game, I think the most important thing was noticing, instead of going for their Essence Channeler, going for their Sanctificer. Because I noticed, I was hoping that that's their main source of life gain. Because they had 2 ley lines. Like, them gaining life would have been able to have them go off early. But yeah, then they had 2 Essence Channelers, but no way to gain life. So that really slowed them down enough for me to really stabilize here. Look at look at all these artifacts. All right, nice. All right, so another victory, this time against mono white. Yeah, we've had mono black, mono white. Not sure what the first game was, but yeah, let's see what's up next. Azorius artifacts versus standard bearer A18 ZT. Yes, keep. Yes, also not bad. Okay, mono red. Maybe not mono red, but red. Let's keep the spring-loaded ready. We need to slow them down here. Oh, Nova Hellkite, huh? Alright, not a bad turn, I would say. Now I have this on the battlefield. That should really slow down the opponent. Oh, and now the Pinnacle Starcage is going to come down. I think that was pretty good. And the Authority is just going to make life very difficult for red, which likes to have like hasty creatures. Unfortunately, I can't Repurposing Bay my way into a Perilous Snare, so I'm going to have to find something else here. Like a Braided Net and this. I'm going to tap it down. And next turn, I can actually Repurposing Bay into the Clayfired Bricks to get rid of this once and for all. I expected them to try and do that. So now I can't gain any more life. Battlefront or Bay? I'm gonna grab myself a synthesizer here. I can still keep tapping that down. I think I'm okay. Yes. I'll take a snare. Put a stop before next combat. Keep tapping down their nemesis. I'm at 15, but I think that's enough Okay, that's gonna enter tapped. Can I kill the opponent here immediately? I think I might. So, I shall sacrifice this and grab my red artifact. Good game, dear red. No. All right. Yeah, okay. Wow. And wow, this today. Okay, now I remembered. We've had mono black, mono white, and now mono red. So, an interesting day today. That was game number... No, wait. We had... Yeah, no, wait. This is game number 4. So the second one was mono black. The third one was mono white. And this one was mono red. So I don't remember what the first one was. But anyway, on to the final game of today's run with Azorius Artifacts. Azorius Artifacts versus the virtuous Gigantoad. Gigantot. Yes. Alright, we're up against life gain. I have a Starcage, which is going to be super strong against that deck, so... What is this? Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. Wow, this is... Why hasn't this been in the deck earlier? It's legendary, okay. Oh, and it's a 0. It's a 0/2. Both are good, but I'm gonna miss land. Like, I'm gonna start missing land drops. I don't think I need another synthesizer. Like, it's pretty clunky to play it. Next turn, I wanna probably Starcage. Okay. Now they could run some kind of protection spell. So I think this is the most secure way to do this. I'll take a land on top and then the Sawblades, that's fine. Now I could have also gone for the Spring-Loaded Sawblades to kill that thing, but I'm really afraid of them having the some kind of protection spell, and then I would have been in deep trouble. Let's play a Repurposing Bay. Not repurpose anything, but just, and then keep up the Sawblades. They will make a fish. They're gonna draw from the fish. Well, that's already looking pretty good for me, I think. Not even in a rush here. I mean, I don't expect the opponent to like amass some kind of card combination and then really go off here with this mono white life gain deck, so I'm not in a rush here to end the game. And I'm happy to rely on my multiple sawing spring-loaded Sawblades here. Alright, are they gonna attack? Are they finally gonna give me my Sawblades back? They are not. Wow, okay. Did I wait too long and just... Nah. This is not doing anything. I need to play it now, unfortunately. I could go for a Starcage, but okay, I'm gonna go for the Snare here. Okay, the opponent's already starting to chump block. And this is looking good. Next turn I can play another Synthesizer. Or just a Battlefront. A lot of choices. All right, nice. Wow, it's been a very successful run here today with Azorius artifacts. Demonstrating that the deck is still to be reckoned with in the current meta. Because it has a good mix of removal and threats that are resilient to spot removal and creature removal. The main win con, the Simulacrum Synthesizer, doesn't care about creature removal. It just keeps producing clone constructs. But yeah, all right, let's head over to the recap. All right, Azorius artifact. Sometimes this deck's actually called Jeskai artifacts because of the singular fire crystal. I call it Azorius because this thing here is usually just you find it with the Repurposing Bay and not really cast it in any way. I mean, you could theoretically, if you have 2 starting towns, you could hard cast this even, but yeah. Okay. So the deck, mana pretty straightforward. 2 archives, 4 starting towns. You do want your mana early and available, especially with the authority of the consuls. You do have a 1-drop that you do prefer playing on turn 1, especially in against the aggro decks, because this the earlier you get it down, the higher your chances are of survival. Non-basic lands, we have, well, some blue-white lands, but also an Adagia, because there is potential for using your constructs to station this and then create copies of target artifact, like copying the Perilous Snares. And then we have also the Fomori Vault, which may give you some card selection. But generally, yeah, you could argue for 2 Fomori Vaults, but this version is running 1. All right, let's look at the cards. The core of the deck is this here. This is your win con, especially the Simulacrum Synthesizer. The Repurposing Bay is amazing. It finds you whatever you need. It finds you a synthesizer. It finds you a snare, whatever you are looking for. The synthesizer is what really wins the game. The opponent, whenever you whenever you or an artifact of converted mana value 3 or greater enters under your control, then you create a construct which has +1/+1 for each artifact that you control. The fire crystal is there for you to in some situations you can use the chance of your opponent being tapped out or being mostly tapped out to fetch up the fire crystal if you already have a synthesizer on the board. You will automatically, and you fetch it up with the Repurposing Bay, and when this enters, you'll create another construct, and then all your constructs will have haste. So this can potentially, you can find ways to just instantly win on the spot out of certain situations. So always keep this in the back of your mind, that at any moment, if you have a Repurposing Bay, you can sacrifice any of these, grab a fire crystal, make an extra token, and they will all have haste. The one you just created, and potentially earlier ones you created during this same turn. So for example, on turn 5, you can play one of these, and you already have a Simulacrum Synthesizer on the board. You can maybe play a Perilous Snare, get rid of something, make a construct, and then use the remaining 2 mana with the Repurposing Bay, sacrificing like maybe a net or a Starcage that you no longer use, or a duplicate Repurposing Bay, for example, to grab a fire crystal and then go for it. But yeah, there's many situations. Just keep in mind that this creates another token and gives them haste. Battlefront, this is the perfect deck to run Battlefront in, because any card except the fire crystal will be a hit. So yeah, you will almost always find 2 cards that you can just drop onto the battlefield. So this fits just so perfectly into this deck. Then we have a removal package. I count Braided Net into this as well, kind of, because 3 net counters, like tapping something down 3 times in a row, is probably going to be enough. We have a Starcage, which gets rid of a lot of the early game threats. This is what keeps you alive in the early game against very aggressive decks. The Spring-Loaded Sawblades is a pretty decent removal spell. For 2 mana, it deals 5 damage, so it can deal with a lot of threats. The only downside is that it needs to be tapped. And the MVP removal spell is the Perilous Snare, which it's an artifact, so it can be fetched up using the Repurposing Bay. And this gets rid of everything, basically, any non-land permanent. So this is your answer to all. We have 3 authorities because, yeah, it's just very useful against early decks. You can also grab it up with the Battlefront, which you don't really want to do because on turn 4 you want to do other things usually. But in the early game, this is just another way to get you through the first few turns before you can really start taking over with Battlefront or Synthesizer. And last but not least, we have the 2 drops, which are equally and crucially important in this deck. The Clayfire Bricks gains you 2 life and finds you a plains, so it helps you make your land drops. The Relic draws a card when it enters and when it exits the battlefield. Both are important because they will give your Repurposing Bay targets to sacrifice to find your 3 mana artifacts, because the Repurposing Bay can only fetch up an artifact that has the mana value 1+ the one that it was sacrificed. So you need some 2 mana artifacts in order to be able to fetch the 3 mana artifacts. All right, and that's the deck. It's been around for a while. It is known. I don't come across it that often these days, but I mean the meta is currently quite very varied. Quite diverse, so there's a lot of decks around, but yeah, it still works well and it's still fun to play. So if you like artifacts, go for it. Let's take a look at some flavor text. Let's take a look at this one, the Fire Crystal. Warriors of Light. Only you can restore hope to the world, for yours is the light that can balance out the darkness. And on that note, thanks for watching, have fun, see you in the arena, and peace.